Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. I forget how you're supposed to say it, but there's the spelling, and then the companion books by Barbara Moore. Website is upside down. Llewellyn.com, I believe, is there. Feel free to check that out. There's how you spell Ciro. I think I'm saying it right. No, I think I'm saying it right. I don't know. I don't remember how you're supposed to say it, but, you know. If you want to find more stuff by these artists, go ahead and check it out at Llewellyn.com. Okay. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. There's a website there, too. I think it's hayhouse.com. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to. Okay. What do we have for Pisces? How many? Can we not put out the whole deck? Oh. Okay. 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 Where is this coming from? Something been waiting a long time. Dare I say you've been waiting so long that you stopped waiting for it. Been waiting a long time. I get this Three of Wands like I just gave up on it. I just gave up. But I don't want to give up on it, but I feel like I did. The thing is, something new is coming around again. Reminds you of this same situation. You've got the Five of Wands with the Two of Cups. It feels very bland to me, which these are not bland cards, which is one is very like this is controversy, conflict, sometimes arguments. This is love sometimes, more than not. Two of Cups is loving what I have. It doesn't have to be love. Could be just like an opportunity that you wanted. I don't think it's the same thing that you gave up on. So if it's a business opportunity, it's a different business opportunity, but it reminds you of the one you waited for that just didn't seem to happen. If it's a romantic thing, which it could be, it's not the same person. It's somebody else, but it's like they feel this looks very similar to what I've already dealt with. And I'm very bothered by it, is what I'm getting. Kind of like, I'm not looking to invest in something again that just doesn't happen. And I'm not really happy about the idea of it. The thing is, I'm not really convinced that I want to walk away from it, because I'm kind of like, well, if you don't try, how do you get something? How do you make something happen if you don't even try? And it seems to be bothering me in that sense. You do seem to be putting effort towards it. For whatever reason, I feel like I'm not going towards it full board, but I am like, well, let me look at this. Let me see about that. Let me see if this works. Is this worth a shot? For those of you this is hitting with, you may have evolved to the next level on this type of situation. So, I'm going to say this like I always say. I feel like I say this every time. I'm a Pisces too. Yay. I feel like in the past, for me anyway, maybe I've waited for things or given things a chance way too far. I've gone way too long giving things a chance that really wasn't warranted. But, like, I feel like I'm at the point now in my life, I'll give something a month, maybe two, whatever it is, be it romance, be it a business opportunity, be it some type of vocation I want to try, something like that. I give it, like, a month, two tops. And usually after the first month, I start looking at it like, is this going where I want it to go, or is this just pretty much the same, and I'm just hopeful for something that's not going to happen? I mean, if I'm gonna be really fair, I'm pretty much a month person at this point. I'm like, I give it a month. If it's not looking like it's going where I want it to, I move on. Just because I feel like I've spent a lot of time in my life wasting time on things that just were not going to happen. So I'm like, after a month, it don't look like it's going to happen. I'm not hanging out anymore. I feel like a lot of you are evolved to that point. Kind of like, I'll give it a shot, I'll give it a fair shake, I'll roll the dice on it, but it only gets a certain amount of time. Whatever that amount of time is for you that you think is acceptable. Kind of like, I can go this far, nothing happens, hey, at least I gave it a shot, moving on. I feel like a lot of you are like that are watching this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, and it's a general read, I mean, not for nothing. Because I really am very, very attracted to whatever this possibility is. I feel like for a lot of us, if you're the Pisces energy that I'm familiar with, I was raised by 2 Pisces, you do realize that it's going to take some active participation on your side to really make something happen. So it's like, be it a business opportunity, be it a person you're interested in, if you don't move forward and start to like try to make something happen there, at least try communication, try to unsurface this a little bit. Not saying you have to do all the work, but if you don't do at least some of it, your chances are less. Your chances are less. It's not as good. Your chances are less. You know what I mean by this. I feel like if this is hitting, you know exactly what I mean by this. So it's kind of like if I see it there, I gotta at least go see if I can pick it up. I gotta at least approach it. I gotta start some conversation with the situation that I'm interested in. I have to at least put in my due diligence, try to make something happen here. If I don't at least put that in, there's really no chance at all. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for life to happen to me. I gotta try to make something happen, at least in some context. And I feel like you're there on this for those of you this is gonna hit with, of course. So I do see for those of you this is going to make a chance with, or it's going to connect with, or it's going to actually have a possibility with, a chance. You're going to put out the information. You're going to get out there. You're going to start digging it up. You're going to try to make something happen here. It will not happen if you don't start pushing something forward. If you just wait for it to approach you, it's gonna sail on by. It's gonna sail on by. You gotta wave down the ship at the very least. You know what I mean? You gotta put out some information at the very least. If you're not doing it, it's not gonna happen. So when this happens, I feel like it's hard. Because I feel like I'm putting myself out there and there's a chance that nothing's gonna happen. It makes me nervous. Like, I don't wanna put myself out there for nothing, but I feel like if I don't, it's like if you don't take the chance, you have zero chance of success. If you don't, if you don't buy the lottery ticket, you can't win the lottery, pretty much. It's probably a bad analogy, but like, if you don't go to the grocery store, you can't make spaghetti if you don't go to the grocery store and buy it. If you just wait for somebody to figure it out, at the very least, you have to call somebody to ask them to bring it to you. At the very least, you have to put out the information. Okay, I feel like y'all know. Y'all know. So, if you're putting out the information, if this is for you, you're going to be really surprised at the response, because I feel like the other side's like, wow, I didn't think you had it in you. I didn't think you had it in you, Pisces. I didn't think you'd do it. I didn't think you'd move forward with this. I really didn't. Something happens pretty quickly here. I do feel like it makes you nervous. I feel like this, it may not seem like to other people that it's that big of a deal, but if this is for you, I feel like it makes you nervous to do this. To you, it's a lot. But I feel like the response is like people were not expecting, or whatever you're dealing with was not expecting you to move forward. Totally not expecting that move from you. But it's welcome. It is welcome. You don't move forward, nothing happens. Got to put yourself out there a little bit. I mean, you don't have to be like, you don't have to run the streets naked. I'm not saying you have to run the streets naked, but you got to at least get out there and run in some respect. You know what I'm saying? Nobody says they have to run a mile. Maybe you just got to run 10 steps, but still it's running at least 10 steps. And maybe that's something. For some people, that is something. Not for nothing. which is, you know, neither here nor there. It's just saying if that's, you know, maybe 10 steps, but still it's something. When I get this coming forward, it is met positively, but the first step that's going to happen afterwards is whatever this is wants to know more about you. So there's going to be, I feel like they like, whoever this is, whatever context this is, business, personal, whatever you got going on, there's going to be energy coming back towards you like, oh, you did move forward. Really didn't think you had it in you. But now that you did, let's talk. Let's get to know each other. Let's get to know each other a little bit better. It's not just a slam dunk. It's not going to be. But when this starts happening, you do make a very, very positive effect. I didn't see that card till just now over there. The Sun card is here. You're making a very positive effect. And I feel like somebody likes you a lot. Be it business, romance, friendship, whatever it is, they do like you, but I feel like you're not seeing it for some reason. Even though they're positive towards you, they want to know more about you. And there's energy going on here, but they're waiting for you to move forward again. It makes you nervous. The thing is, keep moving forward. Nobody, like, again, even if it's running just 10 steps, do that again. Maybe not the same 10 steps, but maybe instead of this time you're going to get on a bike and you're going to like ride around the block. Maybe you're going to do that. It's going to be different. Instead of running 10 steps, you're going to get on a bike and you're going to ride around the block, or you're going to try to. You're just going to put yourself out there, you're going to try to make it happen. Makes you really nervous. Really, really nervous. It's harder to take the second step than it is to take the first step. If you do that, judgment goes in your favor, but I also see you're going to see what it takes to make the situation work. And you got to ask yourself if it's worth it for what you really want. You have a really good bounty here. You have a really good chance here. You have the harvest waiting for you. But it's going to be a lot of these small steps. It's the thing is, how does it make you feel versus how hard is it actually? So I don't know. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I feel like it's kind of like doing the physical work isn't as harder as getting over the emotional block. But you can have this. I do feel like you want it. And this time it's kind of like, this situation, this is what it takes to make what you want to truly happen. And moving forward like this, you can make this happen. This can happen for you. Judgment does come in your favor. But I feel like once I get used to the pattern, once I realize what's expected of me, I start seeing it in a different context. I'm like, you know what, it's not a crazy amount I have to do. It's more about getting over the emotional blocks. And if you're able to do that, you can have what you want in this situation. But for this, I feel like you've wanted it before. It is something you really do want. This is just kind of like, this reading is coming towards you in the sense of like, to make it happen, to actually get it, this is how to make it happen. I think we're there. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.